Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to J3 Entertainment. The party has not stopped. The hype is real.
Extremely real.
Mortal Kombat, the official, restricted, red band if you like, trailer has broken the internet.
Destroyed it.
It broke the internet, bro.
I'm still feeling it. I want to watch the movie right now so bad. I'm ready, man.
We did the reaction, which was fire.
Yes. Thank you for all the supports and the thumbs up and sharing the videos and just going on this journey with us, man. It means a lot. The Mortal Kombat community is speaking right now. Volumes.
I was talking about the trailer, though.
Yeah, that too. The cast and crew speaking volumes. It's celebrations happening right now. I said it. This is a movement. This is a main event.
Bro.
You're welcome.
The energy,
yeah.
It's why we watch movies. So naturally, editing the video, all that stuff like that, me and Rona watching the trailer.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, I'm editing, watching the trailer. And then we just start breaking the trailer down, watching and everything like that. And then we came across this. IGN has the director share secrets of the first trailer.
Yeah.
He threw a little Easter egg in it, the first trailer.
Yep.
What about part 2?
It's coming.
I want it today.
Extended cut.
But
the Simon McQuoid cut.
You feel me?
What? There's more?
But
3 extra hours.
It's 13 minutes. I was like, yo, let's go ahead and watch it.
Yeah.
Might as well watch it with the fans because you guys are going to appreciate it just as much as we appreciate it. Oh, yeah. And me and Ronan also caught some things in there. Yes. If he doesn't touch on it in this in this trailer, we'll talk about what we caught too.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna lie, bruh. You know, I don't know about you, but 2 of my favorite characters are in this movie.
Okay. Well, one of mine is in here.
So
that's Scorpion.
And I'm already happy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I held back the tear when I saw it.
Okay.
I was like,
hey. That video game effect this year, bro. Hidden characters. Here comes a new challenger popping up, Toasty and all that.
Bruh,
they in there. They planted the seeds.
I was feeling like Prince in Purple Rain when he was trying to fight his dad. He was like holding that back, Daddy. Slap the shit out of him. Get your ass down.
Finish him.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into this reaction fandom of Mortal Kombat directed Share Secrets first trailer. Let's get it.
Simon McQuoid, thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Simon McQuoid, director of Mortal Kombat. I'm going to step you through the trailer, give you some tidbits and insights in what we did.
Dope, bro. Told you I'm good with calculations.
First learned about this 7 years ago. On a mission in Brazil to capture a wanted fugitive.
So this shot here was a very important shot to me. One of the things that you'll see in the film is that each of the characters get revealed and introduced into the story in a very specific way. So the way I brought these very revered and well-known characters into this was really important to me, and it was all about the respect of the characters and the material. So this shot here is about seeing Sub-Zero in a way that is sort of sudden and scary to
I love the white
appropriate
skin.
for his. You know, he's the sort of villain version of Sub-Zero. He's the sort of classic sort of Bi-Han inspired version of Sub-Zero here. So this shot here and this scene is really about kind of experiencing him for the first time, as Jax does as well.
When we got there, it tore through our unit in seconds.
This is dope, bro.
So I know
they killed his team.
in a few different iterations of Mortal Kombat, you know, Ermac has taken Jax's arms in the past, but they also, it's been slightly different across the board in a few different iterations. So
you see how you bleed a lot?
In this film, we needed to drive a few certain characters and narratives, and so we felt that we could, given it had been done a couple of different ways in the past, we felt we had a bit of license to do that again here. Okay. We've really tried to be very truthful and true to the canon of Mortal Kombat where we can be, but every now and again we might deviate slightly.
I'm okay
where we
with
felt that it was okay to do so, and kind of where there's been precedent, we tried to do that.
Dope.
The target has superhuman abilities. It had the same marking you do, Cole.
So here we meet, this is Cole, Cole Young, the new character. And really, Cole's there, again, a bit like the precedent. We felt it was okay to bring in a new character, given that Mortal Kombat has over the years sort of introduced new characters quite a bit. It's not something, it's not like it's ever just stuck to the same classic set. Obviously, we're using the same classic set with the addition of Kung Lao in this one, who wasn't in the original movie. But we felt there was a bit of precedent there with introducing new characters. And we just really needed to, as Cole learns, the audience learns. And it just helps us bring in those sort of fresh set of eyes. So
it's a birthmark.
It's cool though.
He was born with it.
It's not a birthmark, Cole. It means you've been chosen.
There's a couple of real sort of key ingredients to Mortal Kombat that I felt were really important ingredients. One, there was this sort of brutality, pardon the pun, I know it gets used in the game, but there's a sort of a brutal quality to it. There's also a great levity that runs through it. Comedy and humor is a very potent ingredient. And if you use too much of it, it actually bends the wrong way. And my job, I felt, was to balance these really key ingredients that the Mortal Kombat game has handled and created so well. It's actually balanced really kind of sort of serious world building and canon and very serious sort of elements with very comedic elements, with also this sort of layer of brutality and violence that runs through the middle. So tonally, I wanted everything to have this authentic, brutal, real quality. So one of the things that really matters to me in creating a world and a story is to make people believe. And I wanted the Mortal Kombat fans and new audiences alike to come in and believe this world.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world.
This is our first intro into Outworld here. And again, I wanted to bring a realism and an authenticity and a non-VFX feel to these unreal worlds. We shot this in a disused coal mine in the middle of Australia. And that is pretty much in camera. That is what it looks like. And that was a pretty incredible location. So the locations we used and the places we found, I really wanted it to feel as in camera as possible. And we just really enhanced what was there.
Reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking?
So this piece here that we're going to go through now
this is dope, right?
I think everyone's talked about this. So this is the opening of the film where we set up the rivalry between Hanzo and Bihan and the Shuro Ryu and the Lin Kuei, and what their rivalry is all about. What I wanted to do was show,
they froze
literally show Scorpion being born and the ingredients in his
distress. He's done.
How he comes about. So what you see there is it gets explained more when you see the whole story in the film, but it's really about seeing his evolution on the screen and the ingredients, both emotional and physical, as to why he becomes Scorpion. And so that sort of is explained across the opening of our film. It's a pretty brutal, nasty fight that happens in the opening of the film, and it goes for a fair while. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that.
I think it's an invitation to fight for something known.
Man, I'm just got goosebumps, man.
As Mortal Kombat.
Trying to be a Scorpion fan, the anime.
I'm Sonya. That's Kano.
Kano is Josh Lawson, who plays Kano, is a very, very funny man. Kano provides us with a great deal of levity, a great deal of humor through the film.
He's always
a lot of improv from Josh. He's a very gifted improv comedian, and you'll feel and see that. And so really, as I was talking about before, the balance of comedy and drama and violence, Josh did a number of things. Kano provides the comedy, and there's a great rivalry that tracks through the whole story between Kano and Sonya. So you'll see that, and that's kind of what's being set up here in the trailer. You just sort of get a little sense of that in that desert fight they have.
Okay. I like that.
Name's Jax.
Kung Lao.
Max Hong in the
The
building.
fate of Earth is in our hands.
It's hard to actually talk about these things as they skim by because each of them is so dense and rich, and sort of each character is so important. A lot of the costumes, we spent a lot of time in R&D and designing these costumes so that they felt very true to, they felt like a very real and considered and well-crafted version of the characters. And sometimes, like Kung Lao's hat, for instance, was a very tricky one to pull off because it was very important to me that his hat looked exactly like it should. And there's been a few different iterations of his hat, obviously, but you know, it sort of, we went through about 20 different prototypes to get to that hat because it actually, some things you do and you think when they're in a video game, you can sort of get away with stuff, but when it's in reality, some of them look a bit silly, some of them just were too heavy, some of them didn't sit right, and it was a really complex process getting a lot of these costumes right.
I love the armor.
Here's Scorpion here, probably the first version of, the first time people will sort of see Scorpion in his full regalia there. Very inspired by Japanese history. Hiroyuki Sanada was really incredibly helpful in getting the Japanese history right on this character. We really wanted to be very true to his heritage and make it feel very genuine, and that's really why it was sort of born out of this touch of sort of samurai about it.
No matter how many of my people you put in the ground, we will not fail. Kill them.
See, that was Reptile. Oh, we'll wait.
And there is our friend Goro. I can't really say much about what he does in the movie, but all I can say is he's in the movie and he's pretty impressive. So I'm very happy with the way. He was another tricky design process because he, four arms doesn't always look great. It's anatomically kind of goofy. So we had to go through a lot of iterations to get the sort of the power and the physique in him and not send it into a sort of comedic place. The guys at Method, the VFX company who created Goro, have done an amazing job.
Right.
I am Sub-Zero.
Freaking cherry pop, bro.
Joe Taslim did an amazing job. I mean, he represented Indonesia for judo. So the guy is he's an athlete and he shows it. And the presence he brought to that character was just extraordinary.
Get over here.
And obviously that's a fairly iconic shot there and an iconic bit of dialogue from Scorpion. And really it was, some of the things that are in the game, like Get Over Here, which obviously had to be in the movie, it was a real interesting balance between lines that in reality sort of seem a bit odd and might not make sense. And there was quite a big process in working out how to balance those ingredients together. And my feeling was as long as we've got an integrity and a respect for the characters, then I feel like when you do Get Over Here and you do hear these other things that the other characters say, then you sort of feel like it's coming from an authentically realised place. And then it sort of sits okay within the tone across the board. So the fatalities were always in from the get-go. There was never any question from anyone
asked, bro. You're gonna
at
kill.
all. There was no resistance from the studio. They wanted them.
Tight.
I wanted them. Yeah, there's certainly restrictions on what you can do, and some of the restrictions are sort of strange and surprising, and some of them are kind of obvious. But we wanted to push it to the limit, and so yeah, there's a fatality here from Kano. He ripped someone's heart out. But what was important to me was that even when the fatalities arrived, we couldn't just do a fatality and have it mean nothing. Well, we could have done that, And that still probably would have been good. But what I was trying to do was each time there is a fatality or it's part of a bigger scene and a bigger narrative, so that there's perhaps a more emotion to it, or there's more power to it. So we use them not just to show, oh, we've done a fatality, but it actually becomes a sort of important ingredient in the rhythm of the action scene. We don't give ourselves the rating. Someone else looks at it and gives the rating. So, we don't, it's not for us to determine, but there's certainly a set of rules. And Bennett Walsh, who's the producer on the film, he did Kill Bill and has a lot of experience with blood. And so he was really helpful in sort of navigating.
Prime example, Too Bloody.
What's right, what's appropriate, and what rules are around it. And yeah, it wasn't that big a deal, really. It was like, well, we knew where they were going in, and which ones will they be, and when do they occur? And they're in there, and they're gory, so you'll love them.
You fucking beauty.
Yo.
Dope, bro.
Wow.
Dope. So much information he broke that trailer down.
So they had complete control, like complete freedom. Warner Bros. Said, go ahead. Here's the sandbox playing it.
Oh my God.
That's dope. Especially for this.
Here's some toys.
Yeah.
And here's ice cream.
Got little restrictions, but this is Mortal Kombat. You know what to do.
Whoever's in charge of Warner Brothers for that decision, you need to bleed over to the other products. Jordan, make the video.
Man.
Make the movie.
The screenwriter, man, Greg Russo, man, shout out to him, man, because I know this had to be a passion project. I know he's a fan too, and what I see here, what he's doing, like he's already building the lore, and I'm pretty sure he's got other plans too. I hope he sticks around. We get to see his universe fleshed out, because I mean, if you start it, you got to be with it until the end.
You got to finish it, man.
I respect that, man, and for this to come out this way, and this platform with this gritty take on it, I think it's going to be very fun and very interesting. And it's going to be the start of a brand new phase, man, because we're talking about fighting game universe and fighting game franchises. This is a big thing. So if this does what it does, then this is just going to be a new wave. And I'm happy for him, man, because it looks like there was nothing that was compromised in his script. Everything's in here. He's got the hidden characters. He basically planted the whole roadmap. You had the whole setup, the character select. There's people popping up here and there. There's missions. There's fighting going on. Like, he basically took you through the ranks of like you were playing the games, if you were like an audience member playing the games.
I'm really
pretty cool.
I'm really digging the idea of how they just like you said, they already knew what they were going to do. They had full control. Wasn't nobody stepping in saying no, I don't like that, I don't like this. No. We understood this is a rated R movie. We understood that it's going to bring a certain audience. We understood that this is not for children. Now, if you're a child and you see it, then that's on your parents and their parenting. They understood this, and shout out to Warner Brothers for getting that.
Yeah.
Like, I thank you guys, because y'all don't understand how much that stuff irks my soul when you know a product needs to come out a certain way, and then they say, but toy sales, but the children. But it's like, yo, I was watching Rambo as a kid. We all right. Like,
good.
Yeah, it's a little blood.
And the Mortal Kombat toys are going to sell regardless.
Exactly.
Because it's Mortal Kombat. The name is powerful.
Like, I mean, a statue would come on that wall just like that.
Yeah.
Now, if I had bought the statue before this came out, it would have popped up. But, you get my drift.
Hey,
but
it's a universal brand. Everybody knows what it is. So it's no surprise there. I mean, whatever you do as far as marketing, it's going to sell.
Now, me and Ronan dissect the trailer. We dissected it. We slowed it down. And that's rare for me to do. But this is just too hype. Because I'm like, there's hidden characters in here, bro, and I don't think we're gonna get the old like how the Russo brothers did the Infinity Wars trailer where it was characters there, then they wasn't in the movie. So I was like, I don't think we're gonna get that with this movie. So we went and dissected.
Yeah, they're in here.
Yeah. So we saw some stuff that blew our mind.
Yeah.
We was like, yo.
Facts.
And one of the main things for me was that one of my favorite characters is actually in this movie.
Uh-oh.
And considered to be a hidden character in the trailer.
Who might that be?
It's Cabal.
Uh-oh.
So
okay.
you see in this picture, you see Liu Kang versus Cabal.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, they did that.
Animalities are on display too. That's crazy. Was not expecting that. But
I'm just looking like, yo, this is dope.
And what's funny is the way the director and the writers are doing this. A lot of the characters that they mentioned are here present. They tried to do this in the other movies, and they literally were hidden characters. They were mentioned but never showed up. So it was kind of cool. We always had the idea of eventually they would show up. And now with this new take and reboot and start of a new universe, they're actually able to flesh that out and still show them, but kind of set them up where they have more screen time and characters. Because, Mortal Kombat, people come in and then they go away.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
They die.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's a fighting narrative. So, you got characters that come in, they disappear, and then they come back. Because it's always like a mission and adventure-based type of situation. Here, you see the hidden characters, and then they're kind of gone. They're in the shadows, and then they kind of come back. So it's going to be some type of drastic change or some type of situation where they have to come back.
This shot right here, we see Shao Kahn. Now,
Emperor.
I don't know about y'all, but that's Nathan Jones' shape.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's Nathan Jones' shape right there. Nathan Jones coming.
I love that statue.
He's coming, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming, bruh. And I'm excited for this. Now, they didn't speak of he didn't speak on Raiden in this trailer. But
Raiden was probably with the Elder Gods.
But we see Raiden. We see Raiden, and he is actually talking to Shang Tsung. It's
to making sure he doesn't break the rules and cheat.
Right here.
Yeah.
There it is.
Because you can have fighters come through, and he has to make sure that his Earth opponents are protected and safe until this tournament starts. Because if they cheat, then he can come in and intervene and stop that.
But do you see the situation, right?
Yeah.
See, this is why trailers, because my mind started flowing, but I know exactly what scene this is, and this may be the end of the movie or the middle of the film. Like this aftermath right here
feels like a finale.
This might be the end of the movie or in the middle, but I'm going towards the end.
That discussion probably is. He's probably made some changes. He's opened up the portal. Raiden's here to tell him we still have time.
Yep.
We need more time, and you can't do this because my fighters aren't ready. Oh, but they will be, and then they fight.
So the director didn't talk about this shot, but I thought this was very unique. So we see two figures in the back. We see Sonya, and I assume Kano. And then we see this predator-looking, invisible, coking type idea coming down, which we all know is reptile, or a reptile. And then later on, we see this shot where we see Kano punching a hole through a reptile.
And that's his signature fatality from the first game. Yeah.
So
straight for the heart, digs right in. Epic.
And I mean, the rest he touched on, but I'm hyped, bruh.
I'm ready.
Just to go down here and you see your favorite characters. What I also like is the fact that we're not getting everybody.
Right.
But I'm a little disappointed because we're not getting everybody.
Yeah.
But I know where they're going.
If they are there and they come at the end.
Exactly.
When the tournament starts.
Exactly.
Because the Earth could be safe right now. Because the way it's looking like events have already happened. And that's why Raiden's here.
So before we talked about the new character Cole, and we were talking about who could he be? Could he be Johnny Cage? And it's looking like he's not. I ain't gonna lie. He might just be a character, or he might be tied to somebody in the universe because of the tattoo.
I speculated that because his story, from what we got, is very similar to Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage's fighter, Johnny Cage's actor, doing all the kind of stuff. Probably had a family we don't know yet.
Right.
And if that's the case, then that does change the timeline. Because in the games, him and Sonya hooked up and they had a kid.
Yeah.
So that might be in works. But as of now, he could be a few other characters. But I always thought the setup they gave us, I was like, this is definitely Johnny Cage trying to get his reputation back, trying to build momentum again. He ain't lying.
But I think that they might actually throw in Johnny Cage eventually. I think, I know we want to see him, but I think this is the time for Kano. Like he said, Kano's going to be the comedic role this time.
I'm cool with it.
And
he had a dark sense of humor.
If you put Johnny Cage in it, it creates too much of it. When you hear how the director broke that down, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
We want to keep it just as real. So now we're going to have the mercenary comedic way. And then once he is either killed or he, obviously he's going to change sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
he's a good guy right now.
Johnny Cage comes in and he replaces that and his style of humor, because we're going to have two type of characters with Sonya. We're going to have one that's kind of like a buddy in combat with, and then we're going to have a guy who wants to get with her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be with her. Like he's looking at her like, you sexy. I want you. So we got those two type of male influences on one character, Sonya Blade. So I'm digging that 100%. I think honestly,
it's good dynamics. Yeah.
We were talking about it before. He was like, "Yo, he's gonna probably come at the end," and I'm like, I wouldn't mind seeing him come at the end, kind of like Tails did in Sonic.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
come through with a whole 100-page rough draft. Oh yeah, I'm ready to shoot, man. Where the producers at?
And you see all this smoke. He's like, this is some hell of a special effects.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it's like just done, and you just get ready for part 2. So
not knowing he just missed the tournament. Yeah, this fool just showed up when it's all done. So like, he's there for the next one. Which
I think he needs because. Obviously, we had him in part 1, but he was in part 2, but he died in part 2.
Yeah.
So him coming in part 2, I think it's paying homage to the situation for me.
Because right now his career could be great. So he's probably out doing stuff, and then he just kind of miraculously runs into these team members.
And think about it, you got a 2-hour movie, and then you got Kano, Sonya, Jax.
You got the original team.
Liu Kang.
Yeah.
And
Scorpion, Sub-Zero,
Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kung Lao. You got a lot of characters to try to build stories with.
Keep in mind, Kung Lao first time on-screen debut. This is epic.
He looks dope.
Him and Liu Kang.
He looks dope.
And Liu Kang is the descendant of him, so they're both Shaolin monks. So that I hope they tap into that history too with the White Lotus.
I think they are. I think they are, and
they're touching on everybody. It seems.
And I think if you put Johnny Cage in this one right now, it would oversaturate the team, and you wouldn't get what I think we're finna get with these guys.
Yeah.
Him coming in part 2, I'm with it.
You're building a connection.
Because now he's able to, they can throw some off of their story because we already got their story, bring his story in. I think every movie, when we get the introduction of new characters, is going to be a story to them.
You know what would be funny, though? I just started this right now. So Raiden could come at the end, and, it could be like a mid or post-credit scene. He comes back, and he's talking about it. There's an invitation out there, and there's this fighter that everyone's been talking about on the news. He's a Hollywood actor. This could be the attention that the tournament needs. Some guy named Johnny Cage, and then he's sitting in the LA Times and stuff. Got the newspaper stuff, got his little Oscar or whatever, and then it just ends. And then you see the final credit at the end where Shang Tsung sends that full email or invitation to come and get him, to recruit him, because he's been watching Johnny Cage. He's like, this guy's good.
And he has to choose sides.
Yeah, trying to manipulate the whole idea.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Because they know publicity is good publicity. Even Shang Tsung knows that, we need this guy.
Because wow, I just thought of something. What if Scorpion is not the bad guy in this movie?
I don't think he is right now.
Right.
We just see the transformation. We see how love transcends, and when you take love away, you become rage.
But
that's anybody.
But what if, I don't think they're gonna run Scorpion. I think he's gonna be ran like he ran in the Warner Brothers animation. He's just gonna be, cause they ain't finna beat Gore. Nah.
We can use Scorpion.
I think Scorpion gonna be on our side.
The assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he got to go on his own.
He lost everything. I'm just a man of revenge. What do you guys need? To be that guy.
I hope they don't kill Cabal off. I hope he don't get killed off, because what we saw, it ain't looking too good.
Vengeance is mine.
But at least he's in the movie, though. I'm feeling that 100%, man. This was fun. This was fun.
The whole idea of him even being in there is dope.
It's dope. It means they care.
Yeah.
They listen to me. It was like, all right, we're going to put both of your characters in here, man. Kung Lao, Cabal, y'all go ahead and run that thing. Who's your second favorite character? You said Scorpion, your first.
Scorpion, and then, he's not in here yet, but Noob Saibot.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So you guys know if you ever play against Mortal Kombat against this guy, you already know how to strategically beat him because you know who you're going to play with. Nah, but this was great,
and
man.
My favorite DLC character, John Rambo.
Look, John Rambo. Yeah. I'm still with it. I'm still with them putting in other characters.
Yeah.
At least in part 3.
I'm cool with it.
That'd be dope, cool, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. Shredder come out of nowhere.
Oh, my gosh. I heard about this Mortal Kombat tournament.
They be like, you can't even beat the Turtles. Get out of here. No. It was a kid's show. No.
No. He shows up. Oh, my goodness. It's crazy.
He dies.
Oh, yeah. He got his henchmen and stuff. Bro.
There's no room for children, bro. You're going to die, bro.
This is great.
Nah, but
I'm ready.
I'm with it, man. I was reading one of the comments. Somebody was like, now it's time for them to reboot Tekken. And
yeah,
if you guys don't do it like this, I'm not big into Tekken lore, but I do know the movie was kind of, it was whatever.
Had his moments though.
It had his, and then Street Fighter. Street Fighter's coming, man. I can see it now. Sagat and freaking Mr. Bison, man.
If they learn anything from that, watch that web series and just expand on that because that web series is great.
Akuma and stuff, and Ken and Ryu.
We know the movie's probably going to be modern day because the Assassin's Creed series took place in the past.
They can get Mike Tyson to come and play
Balrog?
Yes, sir.
That would be awesome.
Yes, sir. Old Balrog.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I was beating them up with bath all the time. I'm the champion.
Oh.
I watch it.
Who'd you get for Bison
though? You know what? Mr. Bison is.
See, I know who I would have got back in the day, but I don't know who I would get now.
Mr. Bison's a large man.
Could you imagine if they had made Street Fighter in the 80s?
Yeah, it would look like
Bison,
an 80s movie, but
Schwarzenegger.
His accent too deep. You got a voice over him.
Russian, no, he can fix that though. he can go into that.
Who could play Mr. Bison, man? I have no clue.
Just a muscle-bound soldier.
Muscle-bound soldier. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he probably still could do it. I mean, he got the hype, but I mean, his accent is it's gonna make it a joke.
But
get out of here now! Run, Ryu! I'll break you like a toy. He gonna be like, stop it, stop it.
Granted, with all honesty, Schwarzenegger can act though.
No, his accent.
Yeah, I know.
He can't. Nah, bruh. I'm Mr. Bison. I'll wreck you. Sagat, kick his ass now. Go get him.
You making me want to see it more. My point.
But I want to blow up laughing,
that,
bro.
Though. I mean, Schwarzenegger always gets exaggerated, but I mean, he can read his lines and he can come with that delivery. He's gonna be menacing regardless.
Come on now, I break you. Is that better? No. Come on now, I break you. You get me deeper with it.
I want to see this.
No, stop it,
Bruh, that'd be cool.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That'd be cool.
I don't know who played Mr. Bison, man, because they had old boy from Addams Family play Mr. Bison. Remember?
Raw Julia,
and
great actor though.
Yeah, but he was all sick and stuff, man, at the time.
That was a comedic Bison. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, that's a guilty pleasure for me.
No, the movie, we was straight. I mean, you got. He
played that like a straight man. Like he really.
He was good. He was a dictator.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just
game over. He was selling that shit. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Shout out to him for doing that because he was sick at the time.
He was sick. Time.
He was sick.
Kids, man, dope.
You know, what's his name from Breaking Bad? Gustavo. Giancarlo reminds me of him. I always get that vibe off of him.
Something about him. I don't want to say he's typecast, but I love seeing him play villains.
Bro, he's dope.
He brings so much life to a bad guy to the point where he's not even a villain anymore. It's like I understand him and I understand his motives. Yeah. I understand the characteristics. He's making sense right now. Granted, it's not the best idea, but it makes sense at this moment. Like he's good at villain roles, and you kind of overlook it because he brings something new and different all the time. But to the outside world, it's kind of like he is typecast as villains. But there's a reason, though.
Do you think he would be a good Quan Chi?
That would be dope to see. If we're gonna switch the culture, then yeah, I mean that'd be fun to watch. Be cool with it.
But you know, he plays a brother, but he is like Latin and from Spain, and it's like he's like so Afro Latino and stuff.
Like I'm saying, I mean, to get somebody of his caliber into something like this, I'm with it. And for him to sign on to something like this means he believes in it. So hey, the more the merrier. I'll take it.
I like the way this cast going. It's no over the top actors. Not saying they're bad actors, but you know what I mean, the showstoppers. None of that is in here. It's
I have no objections though. I like what I see. I like this cast. I mean, they really thought this out. Like everybody fits right in. Like it's crazy. And you got fighters here too. And you got actors too. So it's just like a great combination. They knew that if we had to make Mortal Kombat, we had to bring combat in here. And we had to.
Last thing, we got to go.
Yeah.
Shout out to the logo. The Mortal Kombat design is fire, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That looks dope, bro.
I
could put that on if it was back in 2000, I'll put that on a belt buckle.
Nice.
Because if you're still wearing belt buckles now, you're kind of outdated. But, you know.
A decade later.
I'm like, oh, look at my Mortal Kombat belt buckle, bro. And put the T-shirt underneath it so you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. Classic.
Shout out to that. That's a dope logo, man.
Yeah, I love the redesigned brand. It's great.
Yeah. It still screams Mortal Kombat.
It's original, but no.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed listening to the director talk about this.
Facts.
I enjoyed being here with my bro with this one, man. Yeah. Couldn't have no one else but Ronan here with me with this, man, because the hype is real.
This is a flawless victory experience. I'm good.
I'm going to start looking around, man. Gonna have to put my discount to use. We got to get that base module so we can get the real kicks, the thunder.
Get ready for this tournament. 2 months away. We got time, but it's always good to be ready.
We in there, bro.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel, guys, go ahead and push that subscribe button. Smash that motherfreaker. And
do it.
And don't forget to thumbs up the video. Subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Share. Facebook. Instagram. Twitter. And let people know we out here. I'm J3.
Ronan Shogun, the Ninja Assassin.
Wah! We out.